going, guys? I just want to thank you for checking out this channel. The channel is obviously called The Family Man Car Review for a reason, and the whole reason is I want to help out the family out there who is a growing family and needs ideas on the right kinds of vehicles to look at before you even go to the dealership. A lot of people don't know what to look at when they go, so you know this kind of helps mitigate some of the concerns you might have as to space and things like that. So if this is the kind of video and channel that you're interested in, stick around out there. You probably don't spend this kind of money until something happens, a life-changing event happens, and you decide you need a bigger vehicle. It goes the same with houses, and there's a lot of stuff that you want to look out for when you buy a car, obviously. Now, some of the stuff, you know, as the typical family man or typical family woman, that you want to look out for, something that's important to you, I'm sure, is the affordability factor. And if you're waiting until you've had a second or third child and you want a bigger vehicle, well, obviously you're going to have some bills that, depending on how good your health insurance might be, you're going to have some hospital bills to pay for too. So you got to keep that in mind. So you want to buy something that you can afford, and something that's practical. And that's really what this whole channel is going to be about. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. You can buy family vehicles that are fun to drive. I know a lot of men out there, they go out and they feel like they have to get rid of their fun vehicle. Well, that's not what this channel is going to tell you to do. In fact, I've got a Jeep. That's my fun, quote unquote, my fun car. I, like most of you that are probably watching this channel, when we found out we were going to have a second child, I decided that my car was too small. I had a 2014 Kia Forte, and surprisingly, my wife's RAV4 was also not going to quite fit the bill we came to realize. So I went out and I bought a Ford Expedition. Now, I could not really afford nor justify a brand new $65,000 Ford Expedition, which is about what the limiteds go for. So what I did was I bought a used Expedition. I bought a 2006. It's the limited, and it's got a lot of gadgets in there that a lot of new cars have, and so it's really not a bad buy for as old as it is. And it was, like I said, it was very affordable. Got it for right around the 10,000 mark. So it has plenty of space in there. It's got 7 passenger seating. It's got captain's chairs in the middle row. It's got a power folding third row seat, which is what we needed. Was a third row. It's just a bonus that this is a power folding. And so it was a great way to move up into a much larger now, again, SUV. Like I was saying, this doesn't mean you have to be boring. There are, you know, the men out there. I'm also going to go over the space. I'm going to go over the cargo space in these vehicles, so you know how much space is in there. I'm going to show you how well certain strollers will fit in the backs of these vehicles. I have a double stroller and a single stroller. I'm going to show you how car seats will fit. I have an infant car seat because I have a 4-week-old son, and I have a 3-year-old daughter, so I have a toddler car seat as well. So I'll show you how each of those will fit in the backs of these vehicles. And I need you to give me ideas for cars that you want to see tested. You know, I've got a couple that I will test, my own. I'll even test my Jeep just for the fun of it, just to show you how completely unpractical that is. Even though, ironically, my dad used a 1987 Wrangler for his family vehicle when I was, when I was born. But they're just not very practical this day and age. So I'll go over all that kind of stuff, but I will also go over, for the guys out there, I'm going to show you the power ratings and the torque, and maybe even the 0 to 60 time. Now there are vehicles. A family car may not handle well, especially if you're getting a minivan or a larger SUV. But they do have power. You can definitely get one that will go from point A to point B in a relatively quick fashion. So, you know, there's a little excitement there yet that you can look forward to, guys. So I hope that that will help you assist along your way. Because you see, when we about 2 months ago, we decided we were going to maybe look for a bigger vehicle to replace the RAV with, and we looked around. We looked at some minivans. We looked at some bigger SUVs, and the Toyota Sienna we looked at was a remarkable van, and straight line acceleration on that was pretty impressive. It has the 3.5 liter V6 in it, of course, with around 270 horsepower. and it moved pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It was actually, you know, from point A to point B, from street light to street light, it got up and went pretty well. So I was impressed. But of course, handling wise, it's not going to be that great. You're not going to take it out on the twisties and tear up the road with it. You're just not going to do it. But again, this channel though is I'm trying to give the automotive review YouTube channels a little twist, because you've got big channels out there like Saab Kyle 04, you've got vehicle virgins, you've got Doug DeMiro, you know, you've got channels like that that are amazing channels, but they're very broad when it comes to the cars that they test. You know, they'll go out one day and they'll test a Ford Fiesta. The next day they're testing a Koenigsegg, you know, which for those that don't know, it's a $1 million+ car. So it's not a very specific niche, and that's what I'm looking for, is specificity when it comes to the types of cars that I want to review, so that it maybe narrows down the market and it helps you, the family man or woman, figure out what car you want to buy for your growing family. And for some people, something as small as a Civic might work. But I do want to give you the opportunity to see how, say, if you do want a Civic, I want to give you the opportunity to see how a stroller and car seats will fit in there, and how much room you have after everything is in there. So that is, again, the point of this channel. And if this pertains to somebody like you, I really hope you stick around and maybe subscribe and see what kinds of vehicles I bring onto this channel, because I'm a huge car fanatic, and I love to do anything with cars that I can, and so this is my excuse to be around a lot of cars. Now keep in mind, I do have a full-time job. I'm your typical blue-collar American. I am a truck driver, so I am very busy through the week. So these videos are not going to be coming one after the other, but I will get them up as fast as I can. I'm even buying a special or specific laptop that I can bring with me on the road, you know, so that I'm not a big computer person, so I don't have my own laptop. My wife has the laptop, so I want to buy another laptop so that I can have it on the road and do more precise editing while I'm on the road for these videos, give them a better quality, you know. So again, if this is something that you can use, then by all means subscribe, and you know, if not, just browse the channel as I add cars and see if there's something you like. And if there's not, then give me a suggestion. Is there anything you want to see on this channel? And I will do everything I can to grab that vehicle, and I will use all my means possible to make sure I can get that vehicle, and I'll show you how everything fits, like I said, from the car seats to the strollers and anything extra that you might want to throw in there, from groceries to anything you might go to the mall and buy. So again, guys, I appreciate you viewing this introductory video, and I hope you all have a great day.